We'll have Coach do a quick opening statement, and then we'll take your questions.
Well, yeah, that was fun. It was a little bit frantic at times, but it was fun. It was great to have a good crowd here to help us through it. And this group continues to just grow together, right, and learn through different challenges. Obviously, scheduling these guys, we knew. And I told the team, hey, they're really good. They're really well coached. They're going to be aggressive, physical, fast, and it's a style of play, right, similar to yesterday, but a lot more aggressive. And they've got some older guys, and so obviously, right, our young guys struggled early, but all the 21 turnovers and right, some early maybe jitters, and they dictated early. Put that aside. I was proud of the way this group just continued to fight. They just had to figure it out together. So fighting back in the end of the first half, and then the second half, coming out of the locker room, just trying to keep the game simpler, right, on the offensive end. And then defensively, you still look up and you hold them under 60 points, and I think that's a pretty good team. And if we take care of the basketball, obviously it would have been a lot better than that, because a big way that they score is taking the turnovers and turning them into points. So a lot to learn from, right? A lot of room to grow, but it's a good thing to battle through that one and figure it out together, and learn with a win.
Questions?
Well, you kind of suggested that was a strategy you expected that Troy to employ. I mean, they were pressuring your ball handlers, and it just, it looks like Butler really almost never adjusted the first half. The second did. Is that pretty much the way you saw it, too? Or?
Yeah, that wasn't a complicated one to see, right? I think Ray Charles could have seen, hey, what we need to do better, take care of the basketball. And so that was, simple conversation, and not like we did an unbelievable job in the second half, right? So we had 14, I think, at halftime, right? Cut in half and had 7 in the second half. But the assists went up, right? Just making some simpler plays, right? Ending the game with 18 assists, right? Against that type of pressure is something to be, right, applauded for the group, the way they responded. Right now, young guys learning, right? College basketball, this level, everybody's good. Right? Look around the country and check some of the scores. Teams walk in and nobody's afraid of anyone, and it's all on the table. So you have to, right, play with discipline. You have to play connected. So we're learning those lessons as we grow together.
Not that they'd be the same. Is this kind of a good prelude to Michigan State? Because obviously Michigan State for a couple decades has been known for its physical play, tough defense.
Yeah, I mean, physicality, right? That's going to be a physical game, right? With next Wednesday with Coach Izzo, and right, their tradition of how they've played, how he's coached and the teams they've had. But something that we'll get to when we get to. It's like I want our guys to take this one, be proud of it. It was gritty. It definitely wasn't pretty, but they had to just grit their teeth and gut it out.
Lucas?
Coach, I think 42 half-court points given up tonight by your defense. Can you speak on what you really liked most out of your group when they were able to really settle in on that side?
Yeah, I thought we did a decent job of scouting report, kind of keying in on a couple guys, and their bigs got a couple easy ones on the inside that, early that we didn't like, but I thought on the perimeter, the little guard was really quick, Dean, and we knew, right, Williams is a big-time shooter, so Chuck took the challenge early to kind of stay with him. And, Stampley's an all-league player at their level, and I thought collectively, as a unit, right, we did a good job in the half court. Right? It was just, taking care of the ball and a couple of the runouts, and giving them extra possessions, right? You cut down some of those, and right, it looks even better.
Miles Wilmot seemed to be kind of another boost of energy like he was the other night. What did you see from him?
Exactly that. He's taken that role, with obviously the complement of guys in the locker room. There's a number of them. I think Jair and Miles have really bought in and embraced their roles, right, coming off the bench and providing a spark. Obviously, when Ja makes shots, you see the bench reaction. His teammates love it, and it gives us a boost, right? When Willie's in there, right, making plays on the defensive end, energy plays, right, going to the offensive glass, right, he's bought into, right, being that guy for us, and that's a huge role, right? And as we keep talking about in our locker room, it's going to be somebody else, right? And on any given night, it could be anybody, right? So tonight, it was Ja's night, right? And teammates are cheering for him, right? Another night, it's going to be Ty and Christian or Wilmuth or Simas. and obviously Aaron's coming back. So it's just continuing to buy into nobody caring who gets the credit, as long as Butler's doing Butler well, right, and coming out on top.
Kelly?
Goldson, Gross, and Enzi combined for 8 points. What do you think kind of contributed to that lack of scoring balance, especially in the front court?
Yeah, if you can't get the ball across that court, it's hard to throw it to the big guys. So handling pressure right out front. Right, I thought when we did get it in there, we had some good possessions. Right, and then they had a lot of attention on Enzi, right, coming down with their guards. Right, they were double teaming from the backside, so it was something that he had to adjust to, right, to be able to just kick the ball out and then play, off closeouts from the perimeter. So I thought he made his adjustments, and then he did a good job passing from out top. Right, we got some great cuts. Right, just kind of playing through Bryce up top.
Anything for the players?
Jair, you have played a lot of different roles in your elongated college basketball career, but this coming off the bench for this particular team seems to be very well suited for you. Is that something that you saw coming ahead of time, or did you take anything from being able to watch some of the game and then come in? I guess, how have you thrived so much? I know it's just the first week, but this really seems to suit you.
I feel like whatever coach wants me to play, whatever position coach puts me in, I feel like I'll have success in. I'm gonna try to whatever role I'm in with the team, whatever help the team win. That's what I'm gonna try to do. So any position, any role, any like starting or not starting, that's what I'm gonna give that all my effort. So.
How have you felt physically? You got off-season ankle surgery, icing it down with you. I guess you're feeling well enough to play, but how has that gone?
Yeah, I mean it was a rocky off-season for me for sure. A lot of sitting out, a lot of stress, and trying to get out there and not being able to. But the staff here and my coaches and teammates all helped me get through that, all the emotional and mental side of it. And so physically, I'm starting to feel a lot better. I'm starting to feel like myself, and I feel like, I feel good.
Lucas?
Chuck, you seem to really get into it a little bit more emotionally tonight after maybe a layup after a dish from Taylor and a finish by Wilmoth. Can you speak to how much your kind of chemistry with those two in particular has grown over the last few months and how you guys play the floor?
I didn't hear the second player. You said Jaden, but I'll speak on Jaden Wilmoth. Well, me and those two, we're pretty close off the court. We got I'd say like outside of basketball, those two are one of the two main players I hang out with the most on the court. And then just like the flow of the game, like you saw when the first half we were struggling, and then just getting like feeding energy to my teammates as best I can, like playing off of Jaden, his success, playing off Wilmoth, his success, just letting them know that I'm seeing what they're doing and I appreciate it. I'm just trying to get that back off to them.
Lucas, you have another one?
Sorry, no, I forgot to lower my hand.
All good. David?
Chuck, this is at least the first three games that most of the scoring has been done by the perimeter guys. I mean, obviously you and Jaden, the chemistry is growing. What's the dynamic when Jair comes off the bench and you have all that perimeter firepower?
I mean, we're in practice every day competing against each other. We all know that we're all capable of having a night, and when it is the other person's night, the other person is going to be just as happy as for them if it was their night. So them two guys are special. They worked hard all summer just like I have, and I've seen what they've done, and I know that they can get it done out there when it's time.
Now Aaron comes back Wednesday. How do you think that'll influence the team? Because the offense, each of the three first halves this week, had trouble getting going.
AT being back is definitely going to be a crucial piece for us, but whoever we go out on the floor with each night, we're going to be prepared to play and get it done. So.
Anything else? Kelly?
I have one more for Coach. So with Aaron coming back, like Chuck said, younger players have really started to stay. How do you think he's kind of going to affect the rotation coming back?
It'll just make us better. Obviously those guys have gotten right? Some really good, meaningful minutes, right? Different experience, and just welcoming, introduction to college basketball on this level, and realizing what works, what doesn't work, how to have success and how not to individually, right? And buying into having different roles, right, on the team. So there's have a collective versatility with the group that we're excited about, and then there's a buy-in with them, right? You just kind of hang around them and watch them every day and listen to the locker room, at team meals, right? And when we're out in the practice court, right, after the competition's over, right, and they're obviously competing, right, you can just sense, right, a connection with the group. And so the AC coming back makes us a stronger unit. They'll all be excited about that, as will we, and we'll figure it out as we go.
One more, David.
One more for the players. You played either before no crowds or very small crowds last season. How has that been, like emotionally, or influenced your play to play in front of three pretty big crowds in Hinkle this week?
It's definitely different from last year, I'd say, especially for me not knowing really what college basketball was, just having that extra energy coming from the fans, helping us get through a tough stretch or something is definitely crucial to our team. So.
What about you, Jagger? Is that?
Yeah, I would agree. I've never played in a full Hinkle before, like Hinkle having fans. And I played in a lot of college gyms, but there's definitely Hinkle magic, something special about it. And we feel that when we're out there on the court. We feel like we got to protect something that's bigger than us. And so playing at home in front of all these fans is definitely a huge boost.
Thanks, everybody. See you Wednesday night.
Thanks. Have a good weekend.